Let's go. Should we FaceTime our babies?
Yeah, let's FaceTime.
Okay. Oh my God, he's in the bathtub. This is gonna be too cute. He's
Love you.
You want to come on stage with us?
She just hung up, actually. Hey, Mom.
one mic. Two moms, one mic, starting it off. A very, very funny, hilarious mom. Put your hands together for Kayla Crawford.
Just had to get it all out. You guys, I just celebrated my wedding anniversary. Yeah. I've been married for 5 years, 2 of them happily. Yeah, because hear me out. I got married to a lawyer, and then a week after we got married, he quit his job. He wants to be a writer. That's what he wants to do all day. Just I thought I was marrying a lawyer, okay? And he thought he was marrying a virgin. He's home all the time now. He's got all these new hobbies. Like, he's really into pickleball. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's just sort of like large ping pong. He's just like 4 hours a day. You just hear. What happens is when a man turns 40 years old, a pickleball racket just appears in his hand. And he's like, I'm ready. He's also really into magic. Anyone else? I heard someone say, fuck yeah. Yeah. He'll go on YouTube and he searches magic tricks. And he's got little paper cuts on his fingers from the playing cards. And in an unrelated note, I'm back on Tinder. No, I love my husband. I do. I love him so much. I had a baby recently. No. Thank you. I love my daughter, but she is sucking my nipples dry. She is. She's just like... And my husband, too. He's just like... Right? Because we can't afford milk right now. He wants to be a magician. Like, every morning, I pour him a cup of coffee. I put my boob inside. And I'm just like, the best part of waking up is tit milk in your cup. Thank you. It's just a little ditty, you know? It's my titty ditty. It's very lonely and isolating when you first have a child. Does anyone here have kids? Woo! Okay, y'all kind of sound like depressed owls. Like an owl called. Like, I feel like I'm in solitary confinement with a very adorable 9-month-old prison guard. She's balding. She's got a bit of a belly. She likes to boss me around. And she constantly shits her pants. Like, I get 1 hour a day in the yard. Like, I go outside and I'm like, what is this thing called sunlight? And then she's like, drop and give me 20 minutes of your titty. And I'm like, okay. Like, she scares me. She's scary. I don't know why I whispered just now. Like, she's here. Like, she's just going to appear out of nowhere. She's just going to be like, wah, wah. That's what she looks like. Just, wah. When I first got pregnant, guys and girls reacted very differently. Like, when I told girls I was pregnant, they were like, oh my God, you're preggies, yay! You're gonna get so fat. I was like, Jesus, Janet, you said that out loud. And she's like, oh, I know. And I can't wait to see it, bitch! Girls are mean, right? And guys, when I told guys I was pregnant, they were like, oh shit. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm happy about it. They're like, oh, okay, cool. are you sure? I'm like, yeah, don't worry, Jerry, it's not your kid, right? Guys think that they can just look at us and get us pregnant. Guys think that they can be like, hey, what's up? And you're like, God damn it, Jerry. Why'd you have to do that? It's twins. I can't afford this. My husband wants to be a magician. I was nauseous every day for 9 months. Yeah, brutal. Like, no one told me I looked glowing. Like, the most common response I got was just, Kayla, look at you! Look at you! A couple people told me I looked jolly. Yeah, men, don't ever tell a woman she looks jolly. My husband likes to say that we had the baby. He'll be like, hey, we recently had the baby. That's what he sounds like. Just we recently had the baby. I don't remember we being in labor for 21 hours. All right? I had a difficult labor. My heart rate was dropping. The baby's heart rate was dropping. Every hour, 10 nurses were running into my hospital room, flipping me like a burrito, trying to get my heart rate back up. And only once did my husband speak. And it was a small whisper in the corner of the hospital room. And he was just like, are you good, babe? That's it. Just one sentence in 21 hours. And I could barely make out what he was saying. Like, he sounded like a prepubescent bar mitzvah boy. He was just, are you good, babe? Like, only dolphins could understand him. Right? He was just, are you good, babe? Are you good, babe? He was just like a dolphin DJ. He was like, are you good, babe? Are you good, babe? He's all ready to have a second kid. He's like, let's go again. Like, he treats me like I'm a drive-thru at Taco Bell. Right? Let's go again. Like, it's never a good idea to have 2 chalupas. I'm like, of course he's ready. Like, my husband lives a charmed life. He sleeps in 2 hours later than I do. And I know that those are the happiest 2 hours of his day, okay? Because I'll walk into the bedroom and the room just reeks of his farts. It's like he let all of his anger and sadness just seep out of his butthole. And it's almost like I can see the farts. It's like this plume of smoke. It's like that fog you see over the ocean in the morning. And just as a side note, he's rock hard, okay? So I walk into the bedroom to wake him up, and all I see is just this one sailboat that is his penis gliding through the plume of smoke. And then he spots me, and the boat just sort of capsizes. And that's marriage. I didn't know what I wanted to name my baby when I had her, so I started watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians because they have 1,000 kids. And Kim Kardashian named her child Chicago because Kanye West is from Chicago. It's weird, right? Like, you're not going to see me naming my baby Van Nuys. I'm not going to be like, come here, Van Nuys, Van Nuys. Where's Victory Boulevard? She's my favorite. I can't even afford a house in Van Nuys, right? Like, I go on Zillow every single day looking for a house, being like, is today the day? Nope, never gonna be. Like, I look at Zillow the same way men look at porn. Like, I can look, but I can't touch. And I want to come inside. I'm like, please, let me come inside. I want to go in that backyard and I want to rummage through those bushes. That's what I picture men saying when they're watching porn. They're just like, I want to rummage through those bushes. I was on a show recently. I was on a lineup with Pete Holmes. And Pete Holmes is a very famous, funny comedian. And my parents came to the show. And after the show, my mom came up to me and she was like, Kayla, you were great. You were good. You were fine. She literally went from great to good to fine all in one sentence. But Petey, she called Pete Holmes Petey, but Petey talked about masturbation, which is very universal. Everybody masturbates. I mean, I don't masturbate. I mean, I never have. I don't even know how to. So now my 75-year-old mother is telling me for the first time that she doesn't masturbate. Something I never needed to know. But Peter talked about masturbation, which is very relatable. You talk about having a baby, which not everyone's going to do. So maybe if you talked about masturbation, you would be more, say it with me, successful. Yeah, she's a real mentor to me, you know? Now I have to buy my mom a vibrator for her birthday. I went, and she was like, yes. No, too close with your mom. Yes. Mom, it comes in rainbow colors. Should we try them out? I went to the movies recently. Is that relatable? I hadn't been to the movies since before the pandemic. And before the pandemic, everyone that worked behind the counter called me Miss. They'd be like, Miss, here's your popcorn. I went back to the movies recently, and everyone that worked behind the counter called me Ma'am. Yeah. They were like, Ma'am, your hot dog? I was like, how banged up do I have to look? That within the span of just 2 years, I went from looking like a miss to a ma'am, right? I went from being like a sprite little Twizzler to just like a shriveled raisinette. And look, I know I can't eat the way that I used to, because I ordered just like my regular meal, you know, just a full balanced diet, like a hot dog, popcorn, and some candy, you know? Just a protein, a carb, and some diarrhea. And I was watching the Elvis movie. I was halfway through eating my hot dog, and my heart just stopped. It was just like, it all ends here. And I was like, is this the new theater experience? It's just like surround sound and feel-orama, right? You just feel whatever they're feeling on screen. Because I'm watching Elvis, and he's clutching his heart from, the drugs. And I'm clutching my heart from the 2 p.m. on a Thursday hot dog. I'm like, next time I'm just gonna see a calm movie, right? I'm just gonna see Downton Abbey. They're all just drinking tea. I'm just gonna see a Jane Austen film. They're all just making a turn about the room. They're like, shall we make a turn about the room? Well, I do say so, we shall. My boobs have gotten bigger since being on stage. That's the thing. Yeah, they're just filling up with milk. It's just 2 Milky Ways just right here. I go from a B to a C. They're like chia pets. They're just watch them grow right before your eyes. But I leak. No one tells you that happens. I leak more than a car waiting in line at Jiffy Lube. Right? I'm wearing diapers in my bra right now to just keep a flood from happening. This is the splash zone. So beware. And I have to breastfeed in public sometimes, but I'm very discreet about it. You'll never see my titty. And I know some of you are like, oh, shucks. I want to see your titty. Let me see your titty. Just a little peekaboo, just a little hoo-hoo. Especially this guy. He's like, oh, we're going to see your titty tonight. But you won't. I'm very discreet about it. I was at the park the other day. I had my poncho on. My baby was underneath. Group of kids come up to me, and one kid's like, what are you doing? And I said, oh, I'm giving milk to my baby. And then he said, can we have some? No. I'm not a public drinking fountain. Right? There's not Capri Sun under here. I'm not going to be like, one for you, one for you, one for you. And then one really obnoxious kid was like, my mom said sharing is caring. And for that, I did take my titty out and I just sort of slapped him across the face. No, I'm kidding. I don't condone slapping. But I did take my titty out. I sort of used it like a squirt gun, and I was like, shoo, shoo, get out of here. Get off my yard. And he was like, it's a public park. And I said, don't rub it in that I can't afford a house. My husband wants to be a magician. Thank you guys so much. I'm Kayla Crawford. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, kick those hands together, make some noise for your next comedian. Also a very funny mom. Make some noise right now for Selena Ringo!
How are we feeling tonight? You guys are feeling good. I love it. So, do you guys know the show Coco Melon? Yeah? Yeah, it's like the modern Sesame Street, right? But it's worth $3 billion. Yeah, and basically, they do like this one song every single episode for like all of the seasons, right? And it goes like this. Shoes, shoes, I'd like to tie my shoes. Yes, 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 I'd like to tie my shoes. It's the kind of show that makes you want to shoot yourself in the face. But it also gives you time to scroll on social media and just think about how much better everyone else's life is. I had my baby at the height of the pandemic. Yeah. You guys remember that shit? Like pre-vaccine, when it felt like the zombie fucking apocalypse. And we would all just like, OCD, like clean our groceries. Then we would just like sit in our living room, just like wait to die. That's when I gave birth. I didn't just have a baby, I also made a movie. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and so my husband and I thought it'd be really cool if we filmed once a month throughout my real pregnancy. And so when we started filming, I actually had a miscarriage. There's no joke there. But I think it's important to normalize talking about miscarriage. Thank you. Yeah, it's common. And it sucks. Anyway, I got pregnant again 3 months into it. Global fucking pandemic. We had to rewrite the whole movie, include the pandemic. The movie's out on HBO Max. And it's called Single Mother by Choice. And you guys should all watch it right away. Because I'm nude in it, and my 2019 boobs were fantastic. If you guys don't have HBO Max, you can still see my boobs on www.mrskin.com, nudeceleb.net, or www.boobsradar.com. Yeah. This guy in the front knows Boobs Radar. He's subscribed. No, it's funny because before I had a baby, I really, really wanted one. I was one of those people who really wanted one. And I remember one time I went to Vaughn's and I saw this little boy and he was looking for his mommy and he was in the cereal aisle. And he was so cute, you know, like chubby cheeks and big blue eyes. And he was just like, Mommy? 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 And I was like, I could be your mommy. That's when I knew I had a problem. You know what I mean? Like, I was seriously considering just like abducting that child. I didn't do it, but I checked the cameras. I feel like when you tell people that you want kids, they tell you all the reasons why it's the worst idea ever, right? People are like, don't fucking do it! Like, you're never gonna sleep again! And then I realized all those people had 2 kids. Good people always talk about adopting, but the problem is I'm gorgeous. Okay, I love you guys so much. I just want to say something. I am so glad that you agree. It seems like you agree. No. I have had some serious issues with this joke, and I want to tell you about it. I did this joke one time, and my husband said that I basically had an existential crisis on stage. Because a lot of people just, disagreed with that comment. Made them, uncomfortable. Like I was crossing the line, and so we started negotiating, and we landed on attractive with makeup on. Yeah. I'm okay. I needed some therapy after, but I'm doing okay. People always ask, like, how many kids do you want? I'll take one with separation anxiety, please. People are like, well, don't you want your kid to have a friend? I'm the fucking friend. Right? If I give my child a friend, then they're just gonna talk shit on me. That doesn't sound fair, right? I knew I was really ready when the things that turned me on started changing, Like I went to this birthday party with my husband. He was holding a newborn. And I just jizzed my pants. I was like, fuck, is this my porn now? I feel like we should have an OnlyFans page for women in their 30s who just want to see like men holding and playing with babies. Like not in a creepy way, like in a cute way. Right? Who would sign up for that? Me. Yeah. Thank you. No, I remember when I finally told my husband that I was ready, to have a baby. He was like, you're going to have to wait for me to be ready. It's kind of like a dick thing to say, don't you think? Anyway, it turns out he just wanted to get really fucking high for like a few more years. Like he just wanted to smoke like a shit ton of weed, for like a few more years. He needed time to get sober. Ladies and gentlemen, my husband is sober. Thank you. He only drinks on the weekends. And he smokes weed all day, every day. And that's called California sober. Yeah. My husband finally said yes to having a baby with me. Which it was really just good news for him, I'd been off contraception for months. Surprise! Glad you jumped on board. I remember when we officially started trying, And I became obsessed with collecting every little drop of semen. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then guess what I found out? It turns out that my husband loves to masturbate. You guys don't seem shocked. Because, we all know, in theory, men jack off all day, right? But in practice, you know what I mean? Walking in on it, you know what I mean? I walked in on him one time and I was like, bitch, that's 1,000 potential babies you just threw to the garbage and murdered. And I'm pro pro-choice, you know? It's my choice. You can't be having a daily genocide of my future children. I was like, from now on, every time you bust a nut, that shit goes in my vagina. That's what I said, yeah. And he did. And then I kind of let all that jizz kind of percolate right in here. Is that too much? Am I grossing you out? Or are you kind of liking it? Are you dirty as fuck? I don't know. You love it. Okay, great. Great. I got pregnant. Yes. Thank you. And then, for the rest of my pregnancy, my husband was super worried about us having sex because he didn't want to hurt the baby. I was like, babe, how big do you think your dick is? I remember I called my best friend when I got pregnant. I was like, I got pregnant. She was like, oh my God, congratulations. She was like, but there's something you should know. When you deliver, your vagina's gonna rip. It's gonna be the most painful thing you've ever experienced in your entire life. And if your vagina doesn't rip, that's because you had a C-section. And what that means is that they fully saw you in half. I was like, she was like, but it's totally worth it. Like, sounds exciting. Like, imagine for a second telling a man, hey, there's a small chance your penis might get ripped in half, but you'll get a baby in the end. You know, it's like that would be the end of the population, right? Just like humanity extinct, right? So here we are, you know, like bleeding from our raw nipples, you know. Breastfeeding, by the way, is like having a monkey suck on an open wound. Yeah. And then we look at our baby and we're like, maybe he does need a friend to talk shit on me with. Babe, stop masturbating. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. What the fuck is wrong with us? I mean, here's something else I think about often. Why are we so unattractive post-delivery? Why? No, I'm serious. A few days after you have a baby, you look like Charlize Theron in the movie Monster. Except for, unfortunately, you're not Charlize Theron. You're just a fucking monster. You know what I mean? Some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I remember, like, I did get sawed in half, okay? Yeah, so I couldn't, like, shit, sit, or stand. And I never needed more help in my life. You know, I never needed to be attractive the way I needed it. Like, I felt like I was decomposing, you know? Like, my body was rotting. Like, it didn't smell good, you know? I had liquid coming out of holes I didn't even know existed. And I looked at my husband looking at me and I was like, babe, if you just gotta get in the car and like go and never come back, I can fucking get it, man, you know? But he stayed. That's because he's California sober. 100%, yeah. My baby is 2 now. Yeah. And he's a genius. Yeah. Fucking weird, right? Anyway, he picked up a crayon the other day and it was blue and he said, azul. And he said it in Spanish because I'm Mexican. Yeah, thank you. I feel like some of you are like, this bitch thinks she's gorgeous and Mexican. But I am Mexican. Well, the gorgeous will go to therapy about. No, so anyway, he picks up this crayon. He goes, azul, you know. And I feel like a normal mom would be like, hey, good job, you know. But I'm Latina. So I was like, órale, órale, ándale, ándale, ese rey, a bailar. Sí, 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 tú puedes, aplauso, 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 aplauso. Hey, 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 hey. I feel like he's gonna love having me at soccer practice. No, but seriously, guys, my baby is delicious right now. Yeah. No, he's so, like, yummy. Like, I want to take a little muncheroo out of him, you know? But the problem is I don't support cannibalism. But I feel like if I'm not supposed to eat him, then why is he made out of a little gummy bear body? Why are all these 2-year-olds just walking around like with these little gummy bear bodies? And you know, it really made me think about a business idea. So my son smells delicious. Yeah, like he smells better than puppy breath, you know? So anyway, if anyone wants to partner with me, I need to figure out how to get the smell off of his body and into a jar. And if you have any ideas, you can find me on www.boobsradar.com. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, bud! Selena Ringo! And Kayla Crawford!
We just wanted to say thank you guys so much. Being up here is a literal dream come true. It's on my manifestation board. I have Amy Schumer holding a mic and then my face pasted on it. So, and then I get to do it with her.
I just want to say that I, searched far and wide for a funny mom, and Selena was that mom for me, and sliding into her DMs was the best thing I ever did.
No matter what, if you knock me down, I'ma get on up. Top speed when you hit the ground, just get on up when you get knocked down. Gonna jump right in, no matter what, if you knock me down, I'ma get on up.